What's up, YouTube? Today I'll be making a cinnamon toast crunch crumble apple pie. This is the second time I made some apple pie. Never mind, I got all the same apples. I got some Pillsbury crust. I'm not gonna make my own homemade crust. We got our pumpkin spice because I don't have any nutmeg. I got my cinnamon. I got my sugar, I got my flour, I got my brown sugar, and I got some butter in the fridge. That should be all I need. First, I'm gonna peel my apples with this knife, and I only have two hands, and I gotta record one of them. So I'll be back after I peel them and slice them to equal parts. All right, my apples are officially cut. Now I'm gonna slice them in equal parts. I got my apples cut. Now the next step. So I'm making 2 apple pies. I'm about to throw in 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going by my brain, I guess. I got my butter melting down. Now I'm gonna put my apples in the pot. Gonna give it a quick stir before I put my lime juice. All right, we're gonna squeeze a half a lime in there. Lemon. Break down the apples a little bit. I'm gonna give that a good stir. Then I'm gonna add my brown sugar and my cinnamon. A reasonable amount of cinnamon. Before I do my brown sugar, I'm just eyeballing. So I added my brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of white sugar, some nutmeg, some ginger, and some cinnamon, and it looked pretty good so far. So I'm gonna make my crumble and put this in the pie crust, and that's it. So I got my 2 pies with the filling in it. Now I gotta make the crumble topping with my cinnamon toast crunch. And I ain't gonna lie, man, it looked like I did my big one. It looked like I did my big one on the tail, boy. So I'm gonna make my cinnamon toast crunch crumble topping. I got 1 cup of flour. I'm about to put like a quarter cup of brown sugar. I'm eyeballing it, so don't be like me. Unless you're just built like me. Tell you what. Like 1/4 cup. I'm trying to eyeball it. Sorry. Oh, that might be enough. Alright, it's too much. So now I gotta get I need to crunch up these graham cracker cinnamon toast crunch. They've been on the fridge for a couple months and I ain't been eating it. And it's gonna be a good topping for the pie. So I'm crushing up these cinnamon toast crunch pieces by hand. That's the only way I'm gonna get them in a fine consistency. I don't have nothing else to crunch them up with, but my hands are washed, of course. Hope yours are washed. I crunched up my cinnamon toast crunch, put some more sugar in there. Now I gotta put this stick of butter in here while it's cold and mix it with my hand, then put it on top of the pot. Now I'm gonna use my hand and crumple up the butter with the brown sugar and the sugar and the flour and the cinnamon toast crunch crumble. So I'm getting to the consistency I want. Sometimes you gotta squeeze the mixture and then crumble it up again. That's the best way to go about it for me. Then once it's how I want it, put on the pies. I got my oven preheated at 370 and it's gonna be in there for 25 minutes. I put the crumble on top of the pie. Now they better go in the oven. I ain't gonna lie, they looking pretty good right now. Pies are looking pretty good. 20-25 minutes. I just took the pies out the oven for 370 for the first 20 minutes and 360 for the last 15 minutes. I had them in there for like 55 minutes and it looked pretty good. I'm gonna let them cool down for a couple hours. Then I'm gonna give y'all a cross section. All right, YouTube, I let my pie cool down for at least 45 to an hour. So now I'm about to go ahead and give you guys that good cross section to let y'all know how much of a real baker I really am. I got this good triangular speck. Let's see. Not gonna lie, I got a good cut out, but it's still pretty warm and pretty soft. It still got to solidify, so I got me. You know, all right, YouTube. It wasn't fully set, you know, and it may have been a little scramble, but man, it did the job. Look, I got my ice cream, I got my apple pie. Man, y'all go ahead and make it if you want to make it yourself. Man, that's it, man. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. All right, peace out.